Welcome back. I know I was only gone for about 3 seconds here. I just want to make sure that you can hear me, you can see me, and that I do not blow my chance to be on screen with Thilivhali Mash Mugwena. I mean, we are Meals with Mash. Yes, we know the brand has made a huge impact. Now we get to cook as well because it is the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Sing, sing, sing! You are here, my friend. Welcome to it. I've got to say, congratulations. For the uninitiated, those that haven't seen Meals with Mash, what are you all about? What typifies your approach to the culinary arts?
So I'm all about all the recipes that are so easy, approachable, and relatable.
Relatable.
So, yeah.
Thank you for saying that, which means that I can cook along today.
Definitely, yes.
I like it because we want to make cooking accessible. So we've got some delicious, delicious food to be making this morning, and absolutely no pressure because we've got the whole nation wanting to join along this morning. But here is the opportunity. If you have any culinary questions for Chef Thilivhali, please join in on the discussion. Send us your voice notes. You can use our WhatsApp line 063 408 8863. I've got to ask, because this feels like more than just something you're good at. It feels like a passion. What prompted you diving into the culinary arts? What was that tipping point to do this?
It was just how food makes me feel. So whenever I cook, whenever I just am around how it makes other people feel around me, I was like, you know what, I want to do this more, to make myself feel good, to make myself fulfilled, and also just to make other people around me happy.
Because it speaks to like the one emotional language that we all have, which I absolutely love. Okay, so our culinary conundrum for this morning is this. How do you make sure that your scones don't land up being hard as rock instead of being light and fluffy? Okay, which is a pretty tough question to ask, so we're going to put it to the test now and work through making some delicious lemon scones. I love lemon, I love scones, I love this vibe. This is perfect for breakfast. Where do we start? So
you will be mixing all the wet ingredients, and then I will work on the dry ingredients.
The dry, okay.
First thing that you'll do, you'll just have to grate the lemon zest into the eggs, and then you whisk it all together.
All right. And I like this. In all my time, I've never encountered a lemon scone. And I love the lemon profile in bakes. Absolutely delicious.
I feel like scones shouldn't be boring.
Yeah.
We should try and elevate the flavors of this beautiful breakfast dish.
And so now you've got I suppose you've got an item that is a great sounding board. You can do so much with it. How much zest?
Just all of it, yes.
Okay, all of it. Okay, talk us through the process there.
You just have to trust the process.
Okay, now you're crumbling in the butter. Why do we do it like that?
So we do it like this so that it gives us like a crumb texture, and also so that it's well incorporated in the flour.
Okay. And I love the fact that baking is tactile, that you can literally get your hands dirty, but you've got to kind of have a feel for it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that is looking good. Okay, lemon zest is in the mix. What's next?
Just mix it, and then you will juice the lemon.
Okay.
Then add in that lemon juice as well as the vanilla.
Wow, so we are layering in massive lemon flavors. Okay. The seedless does help a lot.
Yeah.
Wow, so these are going to actually pack a proper lemony punch.
Yes.
I love that.
You're going to feel that distinct lemon flavor in them.
There we go. Right, when you're incorporating your butter, how does that process look? How long should it take? Because knowing me, I'd want to just rush through it, drive through. How do you know when you're starting to get the right texture?
So as soon as you don't have like large particles of butter, then you will know that it's well incorporated. And always make sure that you use very cold butter.
Cold butter,
yes.
Okay. I suppose otherwise, yeah, it's going to break down into that oil really quickly. Okay. We have got our lemon incorporated, and that's really changing the egg, the acid in there.
I can smell it already.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, this is going to be wonderful. All right, what's next?
Add in your vanilla as well as your yogurt.
Vanilla and a little bit of yogurt. And I think with scones, I want to say that it's kind of a little less, or it's a bit more forgiving when you're making scones, because that end result, I mean, we know we've got an all intuitive, a good feel of what a good scone is like. But what do you think makes a good scone?
I think what makes a good scone is obviously when it's not hard. It should be a bit crispy on the outside, but very soft on the inside.
Yeah, it's almost like a density that it needs to have that kind of, you know.
Yes.
I love that. So we've got a voice note coming through right now from Stacey. Good morning, Stacey. Let's see what she had to say.
Hi, this is Stacey from Pretoria. I'd just like to know, how do you prevent your scones from being hard like a rock and make them nice and light and fluffy? Mine always come out rock hard.
It's going to be tough. No, I would imagine every baker has bombed trying to make scones. Like you say, you need to get that balance of texture right.
Yeah.
Do you have a secret?
So my secret is definitely not to overwork and overmix my dough.
Okay.
So you just be gentle with it and don't fight with it.
Don't fight. You're forming a relationship.
You're forming a
okay?
relationship with it.
Gently, gradually go
so.
together. Okay, so we've got our yogurt in there as well. What's next?
So now we're just going to transfer all our wet ingredients.
The sugar, does that go in the wet?
Yes, you
or the
can
dry?
go into the wet piece.
And these aren't overly sweet. It's amazing actually how little sweet goes into this. So you've got that wonderful sounding board for other strong flavors like the jam. And of course, we are celebrating Women's Month. Lest we forget, August is here and we are so proud. So throughout the month, we are going to be heroing our amazing female culinary stars on the Culinary Hotline. And we are here for that. Okay, so the wet is done.
So we're just going to gradually add this to the dry.
Okay.
Get a spatula.
Oh, I can't tell you how this lemon is popping.
It's fine for now.
Okay.
Then we're just going to gently mix it. I can smell it and it smells so good.
It smells amazing, and this is the kind of vibe you want in the morning. You want a pop of flavor.
Yeah.
You want that aroma. You want it to hit the senses in every way. And of course, you can find this recipe on expressoshow.com. It is absolutely vital that you don't rush the process.
Yeah.
As we've said, it is about forming a relationship, not overworking that dough. So we're going to take our time here to make sure that we get the perfect mix. And yes, we will be making many because we have many guests. And I absolutely love the fact that Zanele has just stepped in, being inspired by our incredible woman this Women's Month. We've got the small matter of the Netball World Cup to chat about in a moment as well. Oh, that's looking good.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it. You're tuning into your Feel Good Breakfast show right here on S3. It is Expresso. And welcome back to another installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. Yes. And we have creator and the woman behind the popular social media page Meals with Mash, Thilivhali, in studio with us. And if you have any culinary questions, conundrums that you want our chef this morning to sort out, you can join that discussion or send your voice notes on our WhatsApp line 063 408 8863. Thilivhali, lucky to be in the kitchen with you. Are you well?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
Awesome. Yeah, good, good, good. So the first one, you made us scones, and we love a good scone. And you showed us exactly how to do it so that it doesn't turn out to be a weapon. But now, before you're going to show us your famous mash, we're going to do meatballs for this one. And look, meatballs, we got to love some meatballs, man, because there's a lot that you can do with them, right?
True.
Okay, so let's start off. For this culinary hotline, we are doing these meatballs, and you've got a lot of stuff here to prep. So please put me to work.
So I'm going to need you to chop off that basil.
Okay.
Finely chop it. And then I've just finished off browning my meatballs, which I'm going to set aside now.
So you want this finely chopped?
Yes, please.
Got it. Okay.
And then you can just keep a few for us to garnish with.
Okay, so this one I'll leave. And this one. See, so I go quiet when I'm busy chopping because, for good reason. I like all my fingers. All right, but I'll show you some cool technique here that I've learned here on your Feel Good Breakfast show when it comes to chopping herbs. Oh, I love the smell of basil when you start cutting it. It just releases that instant flavor.
Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my onion in the same pan.
Okay. So what actually are you putting together here?
So I'm putting together like saucy meatballs that we're going to serve with our mash. This is so good for like a quick midweek dinner.
Meatballs and mash, I like that. All right, how fine do you want this? Because I can keep going all morning, eh?
I think that's perfect.
How's that? Look at that. Okay, so we'll save this.
Sauteing our onions just up until they're a bit soft.
Okay, so just quickly, this is just meatballs that you formed. Did you put anything else in the meat? Did you bind it or? What did
Actually,
you do?
just eggs, salt, and pepper.
Egg, salt, and pepper.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. Love that. Again, if you have any questions with regards to food-related items such as meatballs this morning, because she is the pro in that, let us know. 063-408-8863. We'd love to connect with you and solve your conundrums this morning.
And now we're going in with our garlic.
Okay? Oh, yes. Garlic always goes in later, right?
Yes, otherwise it's going to burn.
Okay. So we did have a voice note this morning from someone specifically asking around meatballs. Quickly listen to this.
What can you do to avoid your meatballs from being dry?
All right, because, I mean, we love a good meatball. Thank you very much for the question. But if you bite into it and it's dry and you have to chew on it for like half an hour, not great.
So you have to avoid cooking it on very high heat, and you have to avoid cooking it for so long. So you cook it on medium heat and not for a long time. It's going to be very soft and tender.
Okay, so that's it. So if you're going to go too fast
Yeah.
and too hot, then you're going to end up dry. So, I mean, the trick here with meatballs is really to try and keep it moist on the inside, right? But still cook through. I know that some people don't like it still when it's like pinkish or that.
Yeah.
How do you get that right? How do you know when your meatballs are done?
So your meatballs have to like be a little brownish inside,
Yeah.
and they have to be very soft. So to achieve that, you cook it quickly, like brown it, and then after that you cook it on very low heat for a long time, maybe for like 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
Just so that it's good inside.
So it actually cooks through nicely,
Yes.
yeah, but still retains all that juice.
Absolutely.
All right. So garlic is in there
And then now we're gonna go in with our peppers, green pepper,
and some red pepper.
some red pepper. So
All
you
right.
can clear this because we clean as we go.
We clean as we go. I'll pack this away nicely for you at the back here. All right. So, and when it comes to this, you just want to kind of heat it. You don't want to cook it down, basically, because you still want that bit of a crunch from the peppers, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Then now we're gonna go in with our tomatoes.
Oh, look at that. You see now. And can you imagine this going with mash? How amazing that would be.
So hearty, trust me. And go with our tomato paste.
And she has the biggest smile on her face as she says that. You can see that it's one of your favorites. It must be.
Yeah, it is.
There we go. All right. And this is such a lovely dinner, especially to make when it's cold.
Yes.
It'll literally one of those kind of hearty meals that will just warm you up from the inside.
And then now we're gonna go in with all our seasonings.
Okay, so here goes the seasoning. So what do we have there?
We've got paprika and Cajun seasoning.
Okay, so paprika and Cajun.
Yes.
All right.
And then
Some salt and pepper. Look at you. So this is obviously according to taste, I suppose, right?
Definitely.
But you know already. She's like, after this dish won't need anything else.
It's gonna be so perfect. Then we're gonna go
I'm
in with
excited
our
to get.
sauces.
Okay, what do we have there?
I've got Worcestershire sauce.
Okay. However you want to say it.
Yeah.
It's still the same thing.
Yeah, it's a very tricky word. And then-
Worcestershire sauce, you know, it doesn't matter. I think people will get the gist of it.
And then we go in with our barbecue sauce as well.
Ooh, nice. That's going to bring that umami flavor through that goes with your meatballs. All right. I'll pop this away. Are you done with your spices on this side?
Yes.
All right. Your flavors.
It smells so good. I don't know if you can feel it.
Oh, that's it. Especially when that Worcestershire sauce hits the pan and it starts heating up. It's something that I haven't, you don't use it. I don't use it a lot in cooking, but it really adds that kind of depth of flavor to it, right? Especially if you're working with things like meatballs. Okay, so how long do you cook that for now?
So you allow this to simmer for like 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
Then once it's simmered, you're gonna add in your red wine.
All right, just a little bit of red wine?
Just a little bit, not
Okay.
too much.
Yep. There we have it. Okay.
Leave it to simmer. Then as soon as it's simmering, we're gonna add back our meatballs and then allow it to cook on low heat.
Oh, I see. So that can really just infuse with the flavors. Now listen, if you would like to get your hands on this beautiful recipe by Thilivhali this morning, and this is definitely, I mean, there's a lot of ingredients, but we got it planned out just for you on our website, expressoshow.com. You can go there. And this is definitely, I urge you to go and make this particular dish because it really is such a treat, I think, for the whole family. And it's going to leave you feeling nice and full as well. Okay, so meatballs going in there.
Going back to the pot, and then we're gonna allow this to cook just about 50 minutes.
Okay. So
Also
once
gonna
again,
add
just
in
to
our
heat-
stock. Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as I put this in, I'm gonna add in my stock, and then we leave it to to simmer. So I'm just going to stir this so that it's fully incorporated with the sauce.
Yeah.
And then we add in our stock.
All right, all right. So what stock do we have here?
So we have beef stock.
Is it beef stock?
So I always say that whenever you cook with beef, try to use beef or lamb stock.
Yeah.
It always just tastes good.
All right, well, thank you. Thilivhali is here. We have another culinary hotline bling coming your way in just a bit. We're going to finish off this one, and then we're going to serve it with some delicious mash. She'll take us through exactly how we need to put that together. Stick around for that coming up.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. It's Meals with Mash, and she is so sweet. If you haven't stumbled on her amazing page, do yourself a favor, get on it and get inspired. We have the woman herself here in studio. Thilivhali has been amazing so far, but she has been the perfect representation of Women's Month as we start Women's Month. So can we get an extra loud culinary hotline bling? Ting, ting, ting! She was terrified I was going to make her do it alone. She was like, is everyone going to do it, or am I going to just do it? I don't know. So, Thilivhali, obviously, mash is kind of a thing for you.
Yeah,
it has to be a thing for you. And there is no pressure because everyone loves the perfect mash. I mean, this is quite a personal thing for a lot of people. Some people like it a bit more rustic, a bit more chunky. I'm more on the smooth side. What for you typifies a good mashed potato?
So I also love my mash very smooth. So I'd advise you, if you want like a very smooth mash like I do, you cook your potatoes until they're very cooked through. Drain all the water, cook, then mash it very well, and then add in lots of butter. Good
Lots
butter.
of butter, more butter, more better. And it's amazing how butter can elevate most things. Probably why we have such a lovely relationship with it. Okay, you've got a couple of flavor additives here, and I'm seeing some shrooms just drifting around. Talk us through the process and how can I help?
So like I said when we were making scones, I don't really like boring food.
100%.
So I also love some flavor in my mash. I'm going to make it with creamy mushroom sauce.
Wow.
So I'm going to start off by sauteing my mushrooms, create the mushroom sauce, and then add it to our smooth mash.
Oh, I love that. You're hitting a couple of flavor notes here. And I love the fact that you've taken quite a simple meal that people at home aren't going to be too intimidated to try. Meatballs and mash, that's great.
Absolutely.
And you've shown some very sly, clever little hacks to just elevate it. Hey, this is kind of restaurant vibes here. When you start to see these little nuances of flavor in this way, woo, magic.
Yeah. So you're just going to melt our butter, then add in our mushrooms.
And butter and mushrooms are also very good friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Can't really do mushrooms without butter.
I love that. And we've gone, I'm assuming these are the normal kind of chopped up white mushrooms, button mushrooms, that kind of vibe. And I know we are spoiled for choice with the produce that we get in South Africa.
Yeah. So we're just going to saute this until they are soft and they've released all the juices. Then we'll also add in garlic.
Because we must.
Yeah.
And I noticed that you're not putting the garlic in too early. And I think that's often a danger for us home chefs. We want to flavor that oil right from the onset. And obviously garlic having a high sugar content, you know, we overcook the garlic, or that's a big thing for me, is I kind of overdo it. When is the right time to introduce garlic?
So you introduce garlic when whatever you're cooking is almost soft or just cooked through.
And it's on the verge,
Yeah,
okay.
when it's on the verge, and also just so that it does not burn, because I've always found that when you add garlic first, it easily burns quickly.
And I think it's the same for onion as well, because they do have, for vegetables, have quite high sugar content in it, which is why they're so flavorful. But just respect the ingredients. Beautiful. I mean, this could just be a sauce in itself. Just throw some pasta in there and you've won. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, shrooms are looking good. What's next?
So now we're going to add in our garlic.
And don't be shy of the garlic.
You can be very generous. if
Yeah,
you
man.
want.
And I always gust about it. I'm like, garlic is so good for the immune system. It's got I don't know if it has antioxidant action, but I always tell myself.
And then you also go with pepper
Black pepper, cool.
and a bit of salt.
And I love this. It's not to make the dish more salty or more peppery. It is to activate those flavors.
Yes.
There's a reason why these two little humble heroes, the salt and the pepper, work so well. It's just they release other flavors. So to remind you, we have created the most delicious kind of meal plan for the day. We had our gorgeous lemon scones, which were exquisite and something I've never tasted before. And now we are whipping up these gorgeous meatballs with the most rich and decadent sauce. It lacks, I mean, the velvety look on that sauce is amazing. And that means we need a mashed potato to match that. And we have got the perfect complement with our absolutely delicious, I wish you could smell what's coming off this plate,
Smells so
our
good.
mushroom-infused mashed potato. Okay, that's looking beautiful.
Then now we're gonna add in our cream.
Okay. Oh, look at that. I think you've just changed my whole meal plan for the day. And if you want to eat along with us and do some prep at home and blow the minds of your family tonight, you can go to expressoshow.com and you can find all of this. In terms of people engaging with you on your social media space, how much of a collaborative effort is this? Do you answer DMs? Do you take recipe inspiration from your followers? Do you kind of share in that community? How do you connect with the people that connect to you?
So I do respond to DMs. Sometimes I do ask them what they want to see on my page, and then I'll do exactly what they want. And then sometimes I just go and bring it with whatever is inspiring me at the moment.
Where does that come from? Are you that kind of person while you're eating something in a restaurant, you're like, ooh, I could do this differently. I could do this better. Where does that culinary inspo come from? Because it strikes me that you get that a lot.
Yeah. So I go out a lot to restaurants, and I'm like, I need to put my touch to this, so I'm going to recreate this. And sometimes it's mostly because of what I watch on TV and what I'm seeing on social media.
And I love that. I think the foodie trends within the TikTok space particularly have changed my outlook and the way I engage with social media.
Yeah.
And I've now got all of these wonderful little resources when I need a quick meal, I need a quick fix, I need a quick beauty hack, a quick energizer, maybe some motivation, a little meme or something. I've recurated my social media in a way that feeds positively into that. And the foodie space has been amazing because we have so many young, amazing chefs in South Africa that are being born into superstardom within spaces like Instagram and TikTok, which is amazing to me.
Yeah. So we've just finished off our sauces with our sauce with parsley, fresh parsley. Then we're just going to transfer this to our mash.
Okay. All right, so the mash we have mashed.
You've mashed this already.
I mean, would you go as far as blending the mash? If you've cooked your potatoes thoroughly enough, is that okay? Or can you take it a step further and get in there with a hand blender? Like how far? Push it through a sieve? How far do we need to take the smoothness of our mash?
Whatever works for you, I think you can. If you really blend it, then you must be lazy.
Yeah.
To just do this.
I'm just thinking, I don't want to waste
Because it's
anything.
more work. You have to clean the blender thoroughly afterwards.
Exactly, yeah, I suppose. So what you lose on the front end, you make up on the back end. So we had another voice note come through. Let's hear what you had to say.
Hi, I just want to know, can a person bake that in the microwave? And if so, how many minutes?
Okay. Well, talk about shortcuts and life hacks. And it does beg the question, can you make mash in the microwave?
I think you can.
I think you can. How do you
can.
think you would do that?
So I would put my potatoes in hot water.
Okay.
Then put them in a microwave for like maybe 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay, so they must still be in the hot water when
Yes.
would you chop them up like that into the cubes and then
Yeah.
do it like that? Okay.
I chop it in cubes just also so that it cooks faster.
Sure.
Small cubes, and then mash it afterwards. So I think you can only mash it once it's very smooth.
Once it's really
Yeah.
smooth like that and soft. Okay, no, that's cool, but go for it. Give it a try and let us know, Anonymous. Okay, our beautiful mushroom infusion is now being incorporated into our luxurious mash.
And you can see it's also going to change the color, so your mash is not going to be like pale.
Wow, I like that. And the fact that because you've cooked a potato, there isn't a huge amount to this degree. There's not a huge amount of moisture there.
Yeah.
So you're introducing a little bit more moisture. So just be aware of that when you're bringing the sauce element into it. It is going to change the consistency, but it's changing it into what looks like restaurant quality, absolutely perfect mash. As when I said you were fancy this morning, I had no idea. When you opened your account with the scones, absolutely beautiful. If you want to emulate what looks like the most nutritious, delicious recipe we've made in ages, head over to expressoshow.com or go online to Meals with Mash. She is amazing. Girl, you've been so cool today. Thank you so much
you
for
so
opening a
much
window
for
into
having
your
me.
amazing world.
Thank you so much for having me. And I think we're done with our smooth mash. We're going to plate it up with our meatballs.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Well, hopefully you've been cooking along at home and have achieved something as spectacular. If you're going to do it for the family tonight, please, please send us some photos so we can see the proof. And I want to see the proof in the pudding on the kids' faces, but this looks spectacular. Thank you for helping us kickstart Women's Month.
so much.
We will catch up with you one last time to do a little taste test, I have a feeling.
Coolio.